everyone, welcome back. It is a Danny Dot podcast. I have the noise cancellation up on high today because in Cromwell we have this weird wind happening. And I have a window open and there's this like squealing going on. Oh my gosh. I was like, this is not going to go down well. I could shut the window. I know you're all saying that. Yeah, I get it. Hey, so guess what is pod number 25? Who would have thought I'd be at the 25th pod by October? What? I wish I could say the same about like reading books. This is my 25th book of the year. No. But this is just going to be a cheeky wrap up pod just because I am calling it end of season 1, and the reason why I'm doing this is because there is a few technical changes coming up, and your girl never went to uni, she doesn't know how to study, and quite frankly, these changes mean that I have to take a hot minute to learn. And I sort of took a little bit of a backseat and thought, well, at the same time as changing a few things because I believe Google Podcasts is becoming obsolete. I don't know what this means yet. I've got a couple of emails. I haven't deep dove into it just because I've been busy. However, I don't want to half-ass anything, and I feel like this is that time where I can take a wee break. It's a safe number 25. We're not piking out at number 7, and actually just like take a bit of time to learn and grow and be better coming into season 2, which I find is completely something that we can justify. So I am calling this the end of season 1, and I'm a little bit like, so proud of myself. I'm not even going to lie. I'm not sad about this. We have achieved so much. However, the support has definitely delivered most recently. And I have so many new topics to discuss and I am just ready for this. So not only has my content creator and mentor just sort of, had a few tidbits on what I could do better, I want to embrace this because the pod, you guys have been the OG since day dot, those that have stuck around. And I want to do this better. So that doesn't just come with a really great soundboard. It actually comes with a bit of learning. And I want to take up the time to do this. So this is a shorter pod and I just wanted to sort of give you all an update. It was the 1st of October yesterday, and I am going to have a little bit of a shout out to everyone. Guys, it was Sunday. I had this influx of Danny Dot messages on my Instagram for people that had changed their toothbrush. This warms the cockles. Oh my gosh. Not only is like, I feel like I should like reap the benefits here from Colgate toothbrushes or something. But the amount of you that actually like took on the whole change of month, change of toothbrush scenario, I'm so proud of everyone. Here's to clean mouths in bloody 2024. No, I'm kidding. But that was really fun. So as say, it was the 1st of October, new month, new everything else. And I think throughout this pod, I've sort of given a little bit of a brief insight as to having house refreshes and, change of seasons and blah, blah, blah. All the things that sort of settle in and make you all feel like new month, new me kind of vibe. And this toothbrush thing, it made me happy. So I will touch on that. It is very exciting. Just quickly, the wine of the week. Well, something I actually haven't even been vocal about on my own social media to my own friends and family is I am sober 1 month tomorrow, 1 whole month. And I know that I wasn't going to fall off the wagon because this time it was different. It wasn't something I planned to do. It was more for my health and well-being, being on strange medication. I had to get a grip with some things. And I can honestly say I've done it and it hasn't been hard. I've actually really enjoyed it. And the way that I sort of see myself in achieving this was actually every time I reached to, have cheese and crackers or something that you would pair with an alcohol beverage after work, those wind down wines, I would just have something really strange to drink like kombucha or a smoothie, just weird substances in the drink form. And all of a sudden the month was over. And so I have made the executive decision to not continue being sober. like, making it a thing. I don't want to say to mum, oh, it's week 5. It doesn't matter. Everything in moderation is the way I'm seeing it. I'm also I'm trying to come down off some medication for my knee. So my wine of the week is actually, I've told you guys this a million times, trust the timing of your life. And tomorrow I get my Terra Sancta wine box subscription delivered. I feel it's only necessary to crack maybe the 2023 rosé. As say, I have not tried any of the wines for this season, so I'm super excited. But also, I normally go out to the winery and taste everything before I get the box, because then I'm like, yep, like that one. Yep, that one's probably not the top of my list, so I'll drink that just on a whim on a Friday or whatever. However, this box is kind of exciting. So I have made the decision to have a lazy girl lasagna. And when I say this, it's just a deconstructed lasagna, which is freaking Susan out, quite frankly, because she is the queen of lasagnas. I would call her Nonna in the Italian sense, like she has the lasagna thing down pat. However, I came across a recipe for a lazy girl lasagna, and that just, I thought about it and I was like, yep, either that with the 2023 rosé or a slapjack block Pinot Noir. I am a happy girl. So that's what's happening tomorrow. And that's obviously going to be the wine of the week, is a Terra Sancta wine, whichever one I choose, don't know. But off the bat of the 1 month being sober, I'm not saying that I had any mental clarity. I definitely had brain fog from the stupid medication. However, the energy was twofold. Like, I was trying to rest, but super energetic, which bothered me. But my face broke out in like heaps of acne. And when I deep dove into the effects of when you stop drinking alcohol and the sugar, the lack of sugar, and what it does to your skincare, I was like, oh no. But I caught up with a very good friend of mine yesterday, and she was having the same things happen. And she was like, I've totally stopped having sugar as well. And I just sat there and I was like, look, I could put it down to a million things. It's not stress, because this girl ain't stressed right now. She's on easy street. But I would say definitely cutting back on the sugar. The boxes of RTDs on the weekend are in the past, and your girl is happily like dealing with this acne at the moment, which I feel like I'm turning a corner with. I don't know. But do I sort of recommend it? Well, a lot of people have said to me, like, why are you doing this? And it wasn't a case of why, as opposed to the fact that everyone said, you're not just dealing with Panadol here, Danny, Tramadol, and you don't drink when you're on Tramadol. So I took people's advice and I settled in and didn't touch alcohol for the month. So super proud. It was very easy, and everything in moderation moving forward. But yeah, that was really interesting, especially for someone like me who just loves cheese, wine, catching up, those types of things. That it was just, I don't know, I did it without the wine. I have a new thing. I definitely wanted to sort of chuck this out there. I have insecurities with my eyes. I have hooded eyelids, which is something, honestly, I'm not about to trigger you all and say, oh my God, go check your eyelids. You might have double eyelids. When I was born, my eyelashes were not attached to my eyelid, and they had to do surgery, and I have like a hooded eye, which no one can tell. I have never had a friend say to me, there's something not symmetry about your eyes, which is wild. But I was on TikTok the other day, and I came across a product called eye tapes, which basically is a skin-colored tape that you pop onto your eyelid, and it's really big in the Asian community because of their eye shape. But white people, I'm not being like culturally insensitive when I say this, but anyone can use these. And I think it's just one of those things that it's been big in different cultures. But I am so impressed. Not only has it lifted my eyelid and not given me this double hood, but the makeup application and making me have these really great eyes that pop is everything I've ever dreamed of, especially moving into the summer season where I really want to embrace like winged eyeliner and fake eyelashes and all the makeup, because I'm going on a Melbourne Cup cruise and I get to like deep dive into things that make me feel really, really good and go shopping in Melbourne. And my cousin's over there and she's a makeup artist. Oh my gosh, I want all the tips, and I would actually smuggle her on board just so that she could like do my Melbourne cut makeup, but I can't. However, I am learning this on my own, and I definitely recommend eye tapes. I actually am going to try them on Susan, or you know what? I'm going to see if she can tell that I'm wearing them right now. I actually have them on right now, and I'm really, when you do something for yourself and you feel really good about it, I'm like, I'm just beaming. I'm absolutely beaming. It cracks me up. Um, I recommend it. If you think you've got hooded eyelids, check it out. You can Google it, go on TikTok. All those social media platforms will definitely tell you and help advise you. I got the tapes from a Asian store in Queenstown. I know I say that's really terrible, but um, I just wanted to try. I didn't want to like invest in anything. So yeah, I got it from Look Sharp in Queenstown, which isn't really an Asian shop. I apologize. It's more just a store that's got heaps of different things that we wouldn't really necessarily think to buy, I suppose I could say. My knee update for everyone asking. I have an appointment on the 9th of October. I officially started physio last Thursday. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. It was just one of those discomfort things where I was asked to do things that I haven't done for a month on my leg, and it was a month since I did the injury. So obviously I had to double the medication a little bit because I was like, ow. The weird thing is that they actually said that, well, they recommended that I still ice my knee at night, which I was like, what? No, I'm not going to ice my knee before bed. Like, that's weird. But that there would still be inflammation, so it would still be causing these stabbing hot poker pains in my knee area. However, the physio has said that it is, on top of the MCL being torn, it is also a cartilage thing. So I have to strength train and get that cartilage back into being stronger, which doesn't interest me. Of course, I'll do it, but I'm like, oh, she sent me home with some exercises, and I was like, so I did them, but the next day I was like, that sucked. Couple of TikTok ideas. It's so weird when you see something on social media and you're like, yes, that is what I have had on my mind as something I've wanted for ages. Then you go and Google it and you're like, yep, it'll be somewhere weird like Shein or Temu or AliExpress. No, at the moment, everything I have been looking up is leading me to Kmart. There just arrived like cartons of stuff that have come into New Zealand is diabolical. I highly recommend a trip to Kmart right now. Not only have they got Halloween stuff and Christmas things, but even their makeup and clothing and footwear, it's like a whole other level. It's kind of like they are like two steps ahead and watching what we're watching on trending items for, TikTok, Temu and Shein for homewares. And they already have it. So I am very impressed. However, there is an iced coffee machine. I don't doubt that a lot of people have come across this recently. Don't buy it. Not only is it not really what it does, it's more a percolator. So it's kind of like cold drip, where you put the water and the coffee in the top of the device and it drips into your cup. I don't believe you should be paying $45 for something. You still have to take the cup out and add the water, because essentially it's not crushing the ice. It's not turning it into a frappuccino. It's just percolating the water and the coffee to make iced coffee onto the ice. Like, it's stupid. However, I have come across a cold brew device because moving into the summer seasons here in Central Otago, I definitely want to recommend cold brew. If you are not a coffee person, fast forward a little bit. But there is this really great KitchenAid device that sits in your fridge where you pour like coffee. I think it's coffee grounds and hot water, and then you set it in your fridge. It looks like a jug, but it just makes cold brew coffee, and I am all about that. Oh my gosh, makes me so happy. However, there is a cheap version because the KitchenAid one is about $220. It's just more for aesthetics. It looks beautiful. However, there is a $15 one at Kmart. It is a jug. You put your coffee grounds in the center of it and you pour your hot water on it. It turns it into cold brew if you put it in the fridge. So you do you, boo. But I am all about Kmart at the moment. I stalked the website for the Christmas cookie candle, and I can successfully say I have managed to get my hands on all of the flavors. which last year I was psycho about. I was going to like rob people's trolleys. That's how much I wanted these stupid candles. So Friday last week, when I found out that they were in Australia, I was on the New Zealand Kmart website and I was stalking, like, not hourly, I would say 3 times a day, Friday, Saturday, and then I managed to get them. Not only did I get super excited, I didn't tell anyone because I was like, what if I want more? Like, they're going to sell out. But no, I told my friends in Australia and they all got them as well. So happy days. But massive shout out to Kmart for being ahead of the game right now. I'm so impressed. It's not going to do well on my bank balance, but at the end of the day, your girl hates budgeting, so it is what it is. And Kmart offers Afterpay, so who cares? Girl math, pay it off in 4 installments. But no, that's definitely something I just wanted to touch on as well. It cracks me up. When it comes to this whole end of season 1 stuff and upgrading my podcast, the wrap up that I just wanted to talk about quickly, what have we learned? Well, I was reminiscing last night, and out of the 25 pods, I've only listened to one, and that was the Danny Haley pod, number 3, or was it number 2? I feel like it was number 3. Where we both got a little bit tiddly, bit drunk. I was so excited. I got really warm and fuzzy really fast, and I don't know, just talking shit. It wasn't shit, it was constructive. But I had to listen back to that podcast because I was so nervous that I dropped my address in there. And I was like, damn it. But anyway, talking with a friend yesterday, she was like, it's one of those things where I love just putting this pod out there and hearing the responses from everyone. It just is it's my thing. And I've decided this podcast is my thing. It's definitely my hobby. But yeah, the one time I had to listen back was that one, which I didn't give my address away, but I nearly did. Which is kind of annoying because at the end of the day, I know I've had offers to have things sent to me, and I'm like, no one's getting my address. Doesn't matter. I'm working on getting a PO box, so that's fine. This has definitely been the beginning, though, of the Danny Dot Pod. And for the OG listeners that have been there since the xylophone at the start, the amount of feedback, people were like, are you sitting there with an xylophone dinging with the little sticks? It still makes me laugh. No, it actually was a ringtone on iPhone, and I would just randomly play it, and then I would try and jump in and start talking and make it really natural sounding. That's a little secret for you, but it didn't last long just because my mentor was like, yo, what are you doing? Sounds horrendous. So we changed it. The intro that I have now reminds me of like a cowboy situation, like entering a saloon. And I love like cowboy-inspired bars and things. Like it's me. So also when many, many moons ago, I'd say like 10, 11, 12 years ago, Queenstown had this competition called Thriller and the Chiller. And you used to go up against, in the boxing sense, against someone in town. And we always had this joke that because I worked for Vodafone, I would go up against the telecom girl, which is now Spark, telco versus telco. And there was always this big discussion about what would be the music you'd come out of the tunnel to. And so I don't know, sometimes I listen to my podcast intro music and it's very it's not soft, so it's almost empowering. So some people's are a bit like wishy-washy. I was listening to a podcast the other day and a girl just started talking and I was like, wait, what's happening? Where's the intro? I have listened to about 65 podcasts last week and I want to try and beat it and do 70 this week, so I've got stuff to do today. But obviously listening to other people and how they do things, makes me excited for what season 2 looks like. And it's definitely one of those things that I want to structure a lot better. I feel like I honestly could release a podcast on Friday. Well, no, I could record a podcast on Friday, but things happen on the weekend that I want to discuss. And that's just something I have to rein in a little bit because my structure, it just needs a bit of fine tuning. And also how I structure what I talk about. I get really excited and I divert. I'm like a friggin' magpie looking at something shiny. I'm like, whoa, got to talk about that next. Can't. Um, the engagement is definitely going to be heightened with more social media interactions. My Instagram, I feel, has just been there for, topics and things where people can pick and choose as to what pod they want to listen to. There was a couple of sound bites there for a minute, but it's not where I normally have my social media at like its, best. So I definitely want to spend more time on that. And I am going to apply an end song and have more of a engaging, better introduction. So there's a lot, not only, with this whole changeover from Google Podcasts to YouTube Pods and being more accessible on TikTok audio wise. I don't know how long I'm going to take a break for just to get my head around it, because October's kind of my quiet month where I get to explore different things and study what I want to do more for this, but also November is so hectic for me. I've got so much happening and there's so many opportunities to have guests on the pod. So I got to get this sorted, guys. I hope you can understand and just sort of bear with me. It's not ideal, but I want to do this the right way and not the really like half-assed way, as I keep saying. Your girl deserves to do this professionally. And so we're going to come back better and more structured and definitely have more facts, because I feel like when I have a topic I want to talk about it, I only skim the surface because I'm very conscious of the fact that I can drag shit out for over an hour and a half and no one needs that. So this is where I'm going to end it today, about 20 minutes, more or less, just a wee wind down, podcast number 25, and to let you know what's coming up. But I will definitely reach out and let you know via socials when I come back for season 2. Hang with me. I promise it'll be definitely worth it. You have given me so much confidence and support, and even my way of talking has changed because of the confidence that you've given me to just keep going. And I think it comes with, how many I've put out. But let's get ready to deep dive on some really fun topics where we can, I don't know, just engage and like laugh about shit. Because I've been through the ringer a little bit this year and I am ready just to fuck shit up. No, not in a bad sense. But I have a lot of stories that I want to tell and I've been holding back, and I don't know why, but it's just one of those things that I didn't feel confident to explain, and now I do. So, in saying that, all the best with the coming days, weeks. I don't know. I don't think it will be a month, but I will be back. And take care. Have a drink for Danny Dot, as we do. But yeah, catch you around. I'll see you soon. Bye.